fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Wentz now on first down. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On first and 10, here's Wentz. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. On play action, Wentz escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
And third down is a key down in any game you play. And third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back to return it, Christian McCaffrey. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he spins past him and into space. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Detroit! Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way down, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Christian Kirk, 76 yards. And the Bengals are going to take a first-quarter lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And out and out come the Eagles. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak that the whole month of December is still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff. And got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 48 yards. They go play action here on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's blocked. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And out now, here come the Bengals. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He'll rifle this one. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
Looking to throw on second down. Francis. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very solid gain of 27. A first chance in the red zone for the Bengals now. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18.
Detroit! Detroit!
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and that'll bring up second down.
We'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
To throw again. Francis. Incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and it's 3rd down. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying, no more. We're making a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Back to throw. Francis. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, it's Wentz. Drops it off for Chubb. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a play fake. Wentz going deep here for Bryant. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st and 10, Francis. And this is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Leopard! Leopard! Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Francis. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Off the play fake. Francis. Wide open, Gronkowski. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
On 1st down, Francis. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Gronkowski again, he was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that drop will cause a little bit of angst for the play caller because you know they've worked all week game planning and flexing the tight end out and making him a matchup issue for the defense. They had what they wanted, and he drops the ball.
Man, just couldn't hang on to the slant. The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long, why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles.
Good chip.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Come on.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's got a man complete. It's a big play there for the Eagles. 42 yards. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, brings me right out of my seat.
From midfield, here's Wentz. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another 1st down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
You don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's
no,
just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah, not when it doesn't apply. I think that's a stereotype that needs to be broken down for him.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. No gain, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Play action. Now Wentz. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good pickup there at 22. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just
try and here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Leopard! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
Mixon with a first down carry. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw. Francis. And this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. 23 yards on the play.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
On the ground, McCaffrey. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is either called pressure or what I like to call straight-ahead pursuit. A great read, and they get to the backfield and make the play.
And that was a big chunk of yardage lost.
Hey, got three down.
Here's Mixon. Able to spin free. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Call it 6, maybe 7, but now they're left with 4th down and goal. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead here to 17-6. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. Now it's Martin to do the honors after the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It got his man complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. This time the extra point up and good. And that'll make it 17-13. Elliott now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And not much of an opening there as he's only going to get this to about the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he'll be out of bounds right around the 14. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. So that's now 3 first-half interceptions, and that last one even costlier as it's returned for 6 points. So as a quarterback, how do you regain your focus?
Well, QB 101 says you never show them that you're sweating. Still act like you're the guy, that you've thrown 6 touchdown passes, not 3 interceptions. But he's human. He's got to face up to his teammates. He's got to own up to that. See if he can brace up and also not look over his shoulder and see his backup starting to warm up. It's going to be a tough one for him.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready.
Hang in there now. Hang in there now. 82, 82. 82, 82.
Now Wentz to try again after the pick 6. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Got him right back in the saddle and said, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Wentz will try again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got him in wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Ram, ram, ram. Go, go. Stop. Waiting.
Wentz now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, But how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. From the red zone now, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, this from 37. And Elliott puts this one through. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So we've reached halftime here in the Queen City, and it's the Bengals leading this one. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Detroit! Detroit!
To throw on second down, Francis. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Gronkowski, the intended target. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Well, partner, I think the defensive fellas got the memo, and they decided to cover him on that play.
Yeah, he's already up over 100 yards in this game. They tried a deep shot, couldn't get him.
Yeah, when you've had that much success, finally someone said, let's try and put a stop to it and put people on it.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fowler. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. On play action, it's Wentz. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fowler. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
They'll give it to Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Nick Chubb, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles move back within a couple of the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Go, go. Go, go.
Now Wentz. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Able to get there and pick it.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Elliott now to kick this one away. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still in attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And that one results in 35 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10.
Back that it up, Philly. Here we go. Gone. Hot.
Throwing on first down. Francis going to air it out deep for Gronkowski. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
Gone.
Back to the air on second down. Francis. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
But enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a third and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on third and long. Francis. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
It's really come into vogue to talk about the different gaps that the defense tries to attack in an offensive line. And most of the time we're talking about blitzes. How many times have you heard double A-gap blitz? But where is the A-gap? It's the space between the center and the guards, either side. So when you're having a double A-gap blitz, that's two guys coming through that gap. In this situation, though, that A-gap wasn't open for the defense to exploit. The offensive line took care of it, protected it, and moved the defensive guys out of the way to allow for that nice run.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. Now, on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
82. Lose by 7.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Great, great. 81, 81. Go. That's it. Lion.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. He completes it to Bryant. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Wentz now on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Sunday.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And his throw here's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Gone.
Throwing again. Francis. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Wentz to throw on 2nd down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield as it turned out. Couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Trey 15. 82. That's it. Lane 5-3.
On play action, they'll throw. Bryant with a catch right side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
Let's go. Shorty, shorty, shorty. We're good, we're good. Black. Black, black, come on. There, sit. Lynch 5-3, Lynch 5-3.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make this a second down.
Come on now. Let's go. Black, black. Shorty, shorty, shorty. Great 15. Great 15.
Wentz to throw again. His throw caught at about the 5. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That one goes for 24 yards. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Ram.
They'll run with Chubb, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Nick Chubb, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Elliott now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals getting set to go.
Gun!
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's first and 10.
Gun!
Off play action. Francis. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up second and 10.
Gun!
To throw again. Francis. And the catch made by Johnson. That'll put him at 95 receiving yards now as he's got a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now with toss, this is McCaffrey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Looking to throw on second down. Francis. Now the ball comes loose, and the Eagles have recovered. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him the first down. They're down here in the fourth, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help. No,
in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
Now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
82. Great 15.
Now a play fake here on first down. The 20. On the crossing route, complete. It's Bryant. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Eagles. Elliott now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. To throw on 2nd down. Francis. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. This is McCaffrey on the give. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Great. Got my flag.
On play action, Wentz sliding out of the pocket. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Here we go. Waiting.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's got his man. That's Fountain. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
81. That's it. Ram.
On 1st down, Wentz drops it off for Chubb. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. It's a gain of 5, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down.
Great 15. Black, come on.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Fowler. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to his...
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. 43 yards. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. After the penalty, it's Mixon. Pushes him over. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. They'll stay on the ground. Mixon again. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, Mixon. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a run with McCaffrey. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
All right, Brandon, you know me as well as anyone. You know I don't usually advocate abandoning things during a game, but here we are in the second half. I think it's time to change things up. Let the running game go a little bit. Let's get to the passing game, and if you still want to get in the hands of the runner, maybe you swing it to him, throw it to him a little bit, try it that way.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. Well, the pretty move couldn't create much space, down just beyond the 35. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Again, it's Mixon. Shedding through the defense. Continuing to fight for more. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory.